this is for all the marbles to continue on. And I just want to remind you also, please make as much noise as you want, but the hitting of the plastic things against the glass, they've been finding that some of the shards are breaking off from the plastic things, so hit on the inside as opposed to on where the ice is. Don't hit on the outside, hit on the inside, and then we don't have to worry about shards falling on the ice. But make noise, cheer them on, it's important that they feel the love, the support as we win this game.
It's playoff time here at the 28th Annual Brick Invitational Super Novice Hockey Tournament. My name is Dave Rozak, and it will be my pleasure to bring you this quarterfinal game between the Connecticut Junior Rangers and the Toronto Pro Hockey. Pro Hockey, of course, in their traditional Maple Leaf style blue and white uniforms, and the Connecticut Junior Rangers all decked out in their New York Ranger type uniforms, the red, white, and royal blue. As the Rangers start out of their own zone, this is Bongo with it. Bongo lifts it down into the Toronto end of the rink. It'll end up behind the Pro Hockey net, and coming back out with it is number 44, Jake O'Brien. O'Brien, the leading scorer on this Pro Hockey team. He has a goal and 7 assists coming into the contest. He'll carry it all the way into Connecticut territory. It's stolen away, kept in at the blue line by Singh on a nice defensive move, and back will come the Connecticut Junior Rangers. There's a pass up to center ice and fired in by number 10, Ethan Wittenbach. It goes into the corner. Wittenbach goes in after it. In behind the net now, Toronto trying to come out with it. Jimmy Lombardi with it. Lombardi up over the blue line, stopped by Bracco, and Bracco loses it to Witkowski. Big collision there in front of the Connecticut net. No harm, no foul, and play continues on with Wittenbach carrying it in. Wittenbach lifts one all the way to the doorstep of Nico Armelin, and Armelin will hold on for a face-off. Armelin, one of the busier goaltenders in this tournament, with a record of 3 wins and 2 losses, and a pretty impressive save percentage of .961, goals against average of .81. So even though with a record of 3 and 2, he is the leading goalkeeper in this tournament so far. Just behind, actually just behind Mason Goodrich of BC and Landon Bongren of Minnesota. In behind the Connecticut net now. The puck comes out to the blue line, kept in by Foley. And now Toronto trying to organize in their own zone. This is Reed with it. Reed off the boards to Galeanov. Galeanov loses it. Reed gets it back. And Toronto now coming out over center ice. This is Harmer. Harmer cuts in behind the net, now stops, turns around. Looks for somebody to pass it to and takes it in behind the net once again. Here's the centering pass. Nobody there. There's a shot from the top of the slot. Singh couldn't get a good whiz off, but they do. And then here's a chance for Toronto. They shoot. They score! Zoo! Jason Zhao with the goal, all alone in front. That puck banked off a Connecticut weak. For Zhao, his second goal of the tournament. second point of the tournament. Is Dennis on in for Arnold.
Scored by number 7, Jason Zhao, with an assist from number 91. Carson Harmer at number 3.
Dennis to take the draw for Connecticut. To the left of Zhao, or make on. Side now, Kostic with it for Toronto. He can't get it up. Kept in by Dennis. Shoves it into the corner. And it will come all the way over to this side. Going after it is Ciaran Pollard for Connecticut. Now it comes out over the blue line, and Bracco gets it ahead to Dennis. Dennis with the shot. Rebound. Smothered by Riley. Riley up ahead to Markassian, or Malkassian rather. He loses it to Dennis. Some good action down here in the Toronto end. Puck is loose at the side of the net. It'll be picked up by Malkassian. He banks it off the boards, kept in at the point by Bracco. Renato Bracco taken down. Goes over to the other side. Kostic with it. Kostic keeps it in, or can't get it past the blue line. Here's a chance for Wittenbach. Wittenbach with a shot. Rebound. Puck is loose in front. Sliding around. Still loose. And finally shot out over the blue line and down into Connecticut territory. And we'll have an icing call against Toronto Pro Hockey. Golden opportunity there for the Connecticut Junior Rangers, but that puck kept sliding around. They couldn't get a good stick on it. And Pro Hockey forcing the icing and the face-off down their end with 7:42 to go. Toronto leading Connecticut by a score of 1-0. Pro Hockey last won this event back in 2014, and it was a string of 6 consecutive years in which Toronto teams won the Brick Invitational Super Novice Hockey Tournament, along with the Bulldogs, of course, who are always a factor, and in fact will be this year. They've won their division easily with a record of 6-0. They, of course, get the bye into the semifinal this afternoon. Puck goes around the boards onto this side. There's a shot from the point by Wittenbach, and gloved once again by Armelin, who's had a busy time of it here in the first period, but he's been up to the cause and will force a face-off in the Toronto zone with 7:10 to go in the first. Off to draw, the puck will come over to Wittenbach on the far side. Now over to number 15, Tucker Harris, or make that 13, Kieran Witkowski. Witkowski battling with Dennis. Comes up to the blue line and over. Connecticut will have to clear the zone. They do. And back will come Galianov for Toronto. Galianov's pass knocked off or knocked down by number 15, Tucker Harris. And back will come Connecticut. This is Donato Bracco. Bracco gets a shot away. It goes wide. It goes into the corner, kept in at the point. And Connecticut will change on the fly as Toronto tries to start out. There's a pass off the boards intercepted by Bracco, and Bracco puts it back into the corner. Donato Bracco, by the way, is the leading point getter on this team with 5 goals and 4 assists. And that's not a bad output for a defenseman. He leads all defensemen, of course, in points and goals. There's a shot right on Armelin, and again, Nico Armelin is forced to cover up. Armelin is part of a duo of twins in the Toronto Pro Hockey goal. His twin brother Alexander got a couple of starts in this tournament as well. But Nico has been the busier of the two. with a total of 5 starts, 3-2 record. Alexander got a big start yesterday and came up with the victory, allowing only 1 goal in the final game of the round robin for Toronto. There's a shot lifted into the doorstep of the Connecticut Junior Rangers goaltender, Anthony Alessi, number 39. Alessi played just 2 games in this tournament, but he was perfect in those 2 games at 2-0. Allowed 7 goals in those 2 games for a goals against average of 2.82 and a save percentage of .891. So he's been pretty tight in that Connecticut net as well. A couple of good goaltenders facing each other in this tournament, and when you look down at the placing of the teams in this event, it's pretty obvious that goaltending is one of the major factors for all these teams. There's a shot from the slot by Kostic, stopped easily by Alessi. Kept in at the point, now Toronto pressing. Here's a cross-ice pass and a shot to the short side by Malkassian, and it goes high and wide. Reed keeping it in once again at the point. Kostic with it for Toronto. He loses it. It's along the boards and shoveled out over the blue line. And back will come Singh. Island Singh over the blue line. Goes for the net. Decides to take it to the outside. Takes a shot anyway. And again, Alessi forced to cover up. So suddenly, Anthony Alessi is getting some action down at his end of the rink. With 4:21 to go in the first period. Wittenbach out there to take the draw against his equal number 10, Jimmy Lombardi. Wittenbach gets the draw, and out comes number 65 for the Connecticut Junior Rangers, Andrew Migliore. Migliore shovels it into the corner. It goes in behind the net now, out to the side, and Wittenbach has it. Make that Whitehead. Here's a chance for Lombardi. He has Galliano with him. Galliano goes to the front of the net. It's a pass across the face of the goal, and no one there to take it, so it'll slide into the corner. Riley keeps it into the blue line, now loses it, and Witkowski steals it back. Toronto changing on the fly as the puck goes into the Toronto bench, and we'll have a face-off. Yanni on the face-off against Dennis for Connecticut. And the puck slides into the Toronto zone. Dennis goes in after it. Now goes to the far side, taken there by Turner. Turner lifts it out into the center ice zone. And it's shot right back in again, where Turner will pick it up. Looks around, passes off the boards, intercepted by Dennis. Dennis fans on the shot from the face-off circle. Now he goes to his knees. Pollard shovels it away, and then it's thrown into the corner by Mark Rosa. Toronto coming back with it. Knocked down at center ice is Yanni. A pair of 11s clashing on that one as Harmer lifts it into the Connecticut zone. Behind the Connecticut net, Whitehead puts it into the corner, dishes off to Dennis, and Dennis puts it into the Toronto bench. And another face-off. There you get a good look at all the Toronto fans in behind the Connecticut net. They are out here cheering their youngsters and their nephews and sons and friends and everything on. The two Toronto teams have such a great following, and they always have a ton of fans coming in from Toronto to watch the boys play. This is Connecticut with it in their own zone. Puck bounces off a couple of players. It's along the boards and finally comes out over the blue line. Battling is Coquero. Coquero gets it into the Connecticut zone and then quickly gets off the ice. There's a headman pass, a one-on-one for Jake O'Brien. O'Brien forced to the outside. Nice defensive play there by number 15, Harris. O'Brien still has it now, centers it out in front. And the pass goes over the stick of Malkassian. Back into the corner on this side. Here's another chance for O'Brien. O'Brien taken down. Puck is loose in front. And out comes Migliori with it. He tries the cross-ice pass and misses. Both teams changing on the fly. Here's another chance for Kostic. Kostic has Witkowski with him, and Lombardi is a foot over the line ahead of the puck. And we'll have a face-off outside the Connecticut blue line with 1:06 to go. Again, a pair of 10s on the face-off. Lombardi gets the draw this time against Wittenbach, and it'll go back to Bongo. Over on the other side to Gugino. Gugino and Bongo out on the defensive pairings. This is Gugino with it. Carries it into the corner. Backhands it out in front. The puck is loose. And an opportunity there for number 10, Ethan Wittenbach. And the puck was just beyond his stick, but he had a wide open side of the net to shoot at. Now it's bouncing around in front. There's a save by Armelin. Goes in behind the net. They continue to battle for it. Back at the point. Kept in there by Gugino. Wittenbach now with it. Wittenbach fires it over on this side to Bongo. Bongo winds up. Takes a shot. Intercepted, and back will come Toronto. And it is Witkowski. Witkowski who has Galianov with him. There's the shot, and it's high and wide. And a face-off in Connecticut territory. Good entertaining first period of hockey here at the Ice Palace of the West Edmonton Mall. Toronto Pro Hockey, the Connecticut Junior Rangers, quarterfinal action in the 28th Annual Brick Invitational Super Novice Hockey Tournament. As we wind down the first period, 2 seconds to go, and there goes the buzzer. And we'll be back with the second period in just a couple of minutes.
Connecticut Junior Rangers 1-0. Stick around for the second period action will be starting soon enough.
We're ready to get underway here with the second period of action between Toronto Pro Hockey in the blue And in the red, white, and blue of the New York Rangers, the Connecticut Junior Rangers. This is Grimes with it for Connecticut. Starts out in his own zone, stopped by Malkassian at center, and then is able to shovel it down into the Toronto end of the rink. Kostic carrying the puck in over the blue line for Toronto. Now it's shot out. It'll go all the way down, and we'll have an icing call. Face-off will come to the right of Anthony Alessi, and off the draw it comes back to the point to McLean. McLean puts it into the corner. There's a centering pass, goes in behind the net off a skate, all the way back to the point. Lifting it in is number 77, Oliver Turner. Turner gets it back along the boards, winds up, goes off a skate, and out will come Connecticut. 2-on-2, 3-on-2 now, as Migliore carries it in over the blue line. There's a shot wide of the far post. Wittenbach out to get it, over to the point, shot back in by Grimes. Grimes, the captain of this Connecticut team. Up at the blue line, Witkowski gets it over the stick of Grimes, and now it gets it ahead to Galianov. Galianov takes it into the corner. Being watched carefully there by a couple of Rangers. In behind the net now, still has it, gets it back, takes it to the corner, has Riley at the point, can't get it to him, and now Harmer will go in to help out. Galianov, once again, still battling along the boards with Bracco Donato, or Donato Bracco rather. Toronto controlling the puck deep in Connecticut territory, but Connecticut successfully keeping them out along the boards. There's a centering pass just past the stick of number 3, Chase Yanni, and here's a chance for Connecticut. Coming in with it is number 19, Alexander Donovan. Donovan battling, and they blow it down, and we'll have another face-off. Dennis gets the draw for the Connecticut Rangers, shoots it into the Toronto zone. This is Singh with it now, in behind his own net. Headman pass up on this side, taken there by number 44, Jake O'Brien. Back to Kostic, centering pass to Malkassian, and he was skating in from the face-off circle and couldn't get his stick on the puck. Had a wide open net to shoot at, as Singh gets it back at the point. There is a penalty and a power play goal, with the Connecticut Junior Rangers short-handed. In the penalty box was number 19, Alexander Donovan. And we'll wait for the official on it, but I believe it's going to be Kostic. Carter Kostic. Kostic on a bit of a roll, with 5 goals and 2 assists coming into this contest, including a hat trick in the final game of the round robin yesterday. Picks up another one this morning as Malkassian carries it in over the Connecticut blue line. O'Brien will take over, in behind the net. Pro hockey buzzing all around that Connecticut net now. Carter Kostic with the power play goal. With 8:25 to go in this second period, Toronto leading by a score of 2-0. Bracco hands on the shot, and it's carried in over the blue line by Whitehead. Whitehead gets the shot, tries for the far post, the puck is loose in front. Grimes will keep it in at the point. Grimes winds up, a bouncing puck, and it bounces right into the pads of goaltender Nico Armelin. In fact, he didn't even know where it was.
And there was an on that last goal, the Toronto brought up the goal was an assist from number 4, Ryan Singh, on that power play goal. So it was 18 hostage from Riley and number 4 Singh at 9:02.
Puck is along the boards on this side. Kept in at the point by Bongo. Bongo gets the shot away. It's intercepted and fired onto the boards on the far side. Now it'll come over here. Toronto now trying to start out of their own zone. Good job of forechecking there by number 19 for the Connecticut Junior Rangers, Alexander Donovan. Donovan takes over. Donovan takes a shot, goes high and wide. And we'll have another face-off this time in the Toronto zone. Face off to the right of Nico Armelin. Yanni. Out there taking the draw for Toronto against Bracco. Bracco, Mr. Everything for this Connecticut team. He played when Yanni shoots it down into the Connecticut end. And we have another penalty. This one to Toronto. It is Kieran Witkowski in goal, penalty box. And that is shot. Puck bounced off the goaltender Alessi, and Connecticut will start out again. Here's a cross-ice pass intercepted, intended for Bracco, and back will come O'Brien. O'Brien in around the defenseman, takes a shot, scores! Short-handed, Jake O'Brien. And for O'Brien, his second goal of the tournament and 9th point. Came into this one as the leading point getter. For Toronto Pro Hockey, he's mainly a setup guy for this team. Only a goal and assist, setting up his line mates. Carter Kostic and Ivan Golianov.
Timeout called by the Connecticut Junior Rangers.
We have a timeout called by the Rangers. They try and regroup. The teams will change ends here. This is to help preserve the ice at the Ice Palace here at West Edmonton Mall. We're in the middle of a heat wave where the temperature has been at or above the 30 degrees Celsius mark for the last 3 days or so. For you folks down on the eastern seaboard, that's about pretty close to the 90-degree mark Fahrenheit. There's a chance for Connecticut. A shot across the face of the goal mouth. There's a race board down into Connecticut territory. Toronto will get there first. That's Harmer with it. Will make Carson Harmer loses it, and back will come Foley for Connecticut. He gets it over on the far side to Wittenbach. Wittenbach centering the pass. There's a shot and a backhand that goes over top of the net, and another face-off in the Toronto zone. Actually, Connecticut, though they are trailing by a score of 3-0, have come close on a number of occasions, and Nico Armelin has been forced to come up with the big save several times now. "145 minutes played in this tournament for Nico. 3 wins, 2 losses, but he's only allowed, you ready for this, 3 goals. Fired in behind the Toronto net. Riley going in after it for Pro Hockey. He gets it up to Malkassian, and Malkassian just lifts it to center ice. Here's a chance for Toronto on the far side. Malkassian lifts it over top of the crossbar. Still along the boards on this side. Now into the corner. 4 of them battling for the bucket. Finally comes loose, and Malkassian picks it up for Toronto. Malkassian banks it off the boards to Riley at the point. Back to Malkassian. Malkassian looking around and back to the point again to Riley. Riley has Gow on this side, decides to go to the corner instead to Kostic. It goes behind him, and Gow tries to keep it in. Can't. Now a 2-on-1. Mark Rosa has Pollard with him, and Rosa backhands it in over the blue line, trips and falls, and heads back to the bench. Here's a chance for Toronto. This is Riley. Riley pinching in, loses the puck in front of the net, and on the other side, Wittenbach taking it out, firing it down in the Toronto zone. 3:57 to go in the second period. 3-0 in favor of Toronto Pro Hockey over the Connecticut Junior Rangers. This is Grimes with it. Grimes loses it at the blue line, and Lombardi comes back to Galeanov. Galeanov is forced out of the blue line, and it'll be called on the offside. At center ice, Foley shoots it down into the Toronto zone. Taken on the far side by Riley Singh. Singh with the headman pass to Harmer. Harmer cutting to the outside. He has some help. Can't get it into the middle of the ice as Connecticut will start back. Down in the Toronto zone. Over on the far side along the boards, it's Matthew Grimes. But Toronto will get it out, and Harmer will come down into the middle, gets around the boards and takes the shot, scores on the rebound. Carson Harmer. You don't think he isn't pumped? Carson Harmer comes into this game pointless and comes out of it with at least one goal. So his first point of the tournament and his first goal. Got to be pretty happy about that. Lombardi carrying it in now for Toronto.
International Club Hockey's fourth goal was scored by number 7, Jason Zhao.
Well, they're going to give it to Jason Zhao.
91, Carson Harmer at 2:50.
It looked like Harmer, who got the assist, was the one who got the rebound in over the outstretched glove of Andy Alessi, but they're going to give it to Zhao. We'll wait and see if they keep that, but it looked an awful lot like it was Harmer who got the goal. Turner now for Toronto. Our side, Bracco. Donato Bracco stopped at the side of the net. And here's a chance for Toronto. Witkowski can't control the pass, and it's taken by Grimes and shot down to the blue line. Witkowski will steal it and fires it back into the Connecticut end of the rink with 1:37 to go. Delayed offside. Everybody clears the zone. And there's that headman pass, but couldn't get in behind the defenseman. Rosa was in behind everybody, and Riley picked it off, and Riley still has the puck. Riley taken down across the in front of the net. I think Connecticut thought they were going to get a penalty for it, but we continue on play, and here's O'Brien centering it to Kostic, and Kostic gets his second of the game. And make that his first of the game. Carter Kostic got the opening goal actually for Toronto, and that is his second of the contest indeed. Into the final minute of play here in the second period, and Connecticut has dug themselves a very deep hole to get out of if they hope to advance into the semifinals this afternoon. But in this tournament, you just never know what can happen. There's a chance for Rittenbach. He loses it at the blue line, and it'll be fired down into the other end. Once again, Rittenbach trying to shovel it ahead to Migliore. Migliore loses it, and Ticino will go back for it. He gets it over to Rittenbach on the far side. Stopped at the blue line, now carries in. 10 seconds to go. See, the old guy's eyes aren't that bad after all. They're going to get the goal to Carson Harmer. His first goal of the tournament. Carson Harmer with it.
But this game is far from over. There are 15 minutes left, and we will see how this is.
And at the end of 2 periods of play, it is Toronto Pro Hockey 5 and the Connecticut Junior Rangers no score. Back in about 10 minutes with the third period.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome back to the ice, Toronto Pro Hockey! Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome back to the ice, the Connecticut Junior Rangers!
Third period play about to get underway here at the Ice Palace of West Edmonton Hall with the Toronto Pro Hockey leading the Connecticut Junior Rangers by a score of 5-0 and a couple of goaltending changes at both ends of the rink. Alexander Armelin, the other half of the Armelin goaltending duo, now in goal for Toronto, replacing his twin brother Nico. And at the other end of the rink, it is Jack Thipthorne in goal, replacing number 39, Anthony Alessi. So Thipthorne for Alessi in goal for the Connecticut Junior Rangers. And at the other end, Alexander Armelin. Number 31 replacing number 34, Nico Armelin. Here comes Toronto now, right off the top. There's a shot and a save by Alexander. Coming into this game, Alexander had one start, and it was a victory. Here's a chance now for Connecticut, starting out on the far side. Rittenbach, he'll carry it in over the blue line. He has some help out in front. There's a loose puck, a shot, and a save by Armelin. Thipthorne picks it up for Connecticut, hands it off to Grimes, and Grimes will take off now with it. Grimes has Foley with him, in over the blue line, takes it to the corner. Foley goes to the front of the net. Now they battle for it in behind, and Toronto will start out. It's out over the blue line, and it will be called on the offside with 13:17 to go in this third period. 5-0 in favor of Toronto Pro Hockey over the Connecticut Junior Rangers. I don't think it's really been that much of a one-sided hockey game. The Connecticut Junior Rangers have played well. It's just that everything that was seemed to be directed at their goal was going in one way or the other. And on top of that, you get the feeling that Toronto Pro Hockey has kind of stepped it up just a little bit from their performance earlier in the tournament, where they finished with a 4-2 record. The coaching staff has really got them up ready for this hockey game. Here's now Cassian with it for Toronto. In behind the net now, taken there by number 44, Jake O'Brien. O'Brien with a goal in this game. And it's shot down into the Toronto end, and it'll be called in the icing. Right off the draw, Witkowski goes into the corner after it, gets it back to the point to Gal, back to Witkowski to Lombardi. Lombardi puts it out in front, it's intercepted and taken away by number 65, Andrew Migliore. Migliore can't get it out, and Galiana will take over for Toronto. We're going to have a penalty, and heading to the box will be number 10, Jimmy Lombardi. It'll be a tripping call, and Connecticut will go on the power play with 12:19 to go in the third period. If they're going to come back from this deficit, this is a good time to start. From the draw, Rocco gets it back to number 91, Joseph Giugino. Giugino now carrying it out over his own blue line. Gets it up ahead to Wittenbach. Wittenbach in over the blue line. Wittenbach with the shot. Rebound loose in front and shoveled away at the last minute. Grimes gets it back. He takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Now over on the far side, picked up by Migliore. Migliore goes to the ice, and Toronto will come back with it. They'll just shoot it down into the Connecticut end with a minute 26 to go in the Connecticut power play. This is Grimes. Grimes, the captain of this Rangers team, loses it at the blue line, and O'Brien will just shoot it back in. Giugino getting things organized in his own zone. There's the headman pass just over the skate, or the stick rather, of Nicholas Whitehead, and as a result it will be an icing call with 11:22 to go in the third. 5-0 in favor of Toronto Pro Hockey over the Connecticut Junior Rangers. Winner of this game has their work cut out for them. I can tell you right now, they will be taking on the BC Junior Canucks. The Canucks are the defending champions of this tournament, having won it last year, and they have gone through this tournament undefeated. Look very, very strong. This is Donovan for Connecticut. Over on the far side, it's called on the offside. Mark Rosa getting caught inside the blue line. Good crowd on hand to watch this one. A lot of supporters from Toronto coming out from the GTA to cheer on their team. Of course, they have a couple of teams in this one, the Toronto Bulldogs and Toronto Pro Hockey. There's a shot from the top of the face-off circle. It goes wide to the short side. In along the boards. Kept in there by Giugino. Toronto now trying to start out. Banked off the boards. Giugino tries to keep it in. Can't. And back to cover up is Dennis. Dennis. Cross-ice pass taken by number 51, Anthony Bongo. There's the shot. Good save by Armelin. Kostic for Toronto. Makes a nice move into the middle. Takes a backhand shot. Good save by Pickthorne. And it'll go over to the other side. And back to center ice. .9:52 to go in this third period. Here comes Singh. Riley Singh in over the blue line. Carries it into the corner. They'll battle for it. Grimes in there as well. Yanni now for Toronto. Yanni. And finally comes loose. And back will come Connecticut. Here's a headman pass to Foley. Foley takes it to the outside. Stops. Turns around, looking for someone to pass it to. Finally gets it to the middle. There's a one-timer on a nice attempt by number 61, Tommy Blyle. Blyle seeing some action for the first time in this game. Grimes can't keep it in at the blue line. And we'll have a face-off outside the Toronto line. Off the draw, taken by Lombardi. Gets it into his own zone, and the defense will start things out. Here's a cross-ice pass to DeLeonov. DeLeonov has the puck over on the other side to Witkowski. Witkowski now taking it in over the blue line. DeLeonov with Lombardi. Gets it back to Lombardi. To the blue line. Back to Lombardi. Into the corner now to DeLeonov. To Lombardi. They play tic-tac-toe with the puck. This is Lombardi in front. There's a shot across the goal mouth, and Toronto still controlling. On the power play, body contact call against number 15, Tucker Harris. Here comes Kostic for Toronto. Gets around one defenseman. Into the middle. Back to Riley at the slot. There's the shot. They score! Goes in off of Grimes. And Riley will get credit for that goal. Kieran Riley. And for Riley, his third goal of the tournament. Came into this game with a total of 5 points, picked up a couple of assists so far, plus that goal. So he's had a good game. Off the draw, Grimes trying to control for Connecticut, and Wittenbach will carry it in over the blue line. 6-0 in favor of Toronto over Connecticut. Here's a shot from the side of the net. Good save by Alexander Armelin.
This is from number 44, Jake O'Brien.
Down at the other end, Chris Thornton will cover up for Connecticut.
Pro hockey goal, scored by Riley, with assists from O'Brien and Singh at 7:55.
From the draw, loose in the face-off circle, it'll come back to the point. This is Singh with it. Singh with a shot. Hits a couple of Connecticut players, and here's a breakaway chance for the Rangers, but it's stopped at center ice, and back will come Singh. Singh, back to Harmer. Harmer takes a shot. Glove save, rebound, goes to the corner. Toronto continuing to press here. .6:52 to go. Cross-ice pass, shot high and wide. And a face-off coming down in the Connecticut zone. Safe to assume that Toronto will be moving on to the semifinals against BC. But they're out there and they just keep pushing away, just punching. And there's no quit in either of these teams for that matter, and it's been like that for the entire tournament for most of these teams. Got to admire the strength. To these youngsters. This is Singh with it. In the corner along the backhand. And over, the puck is in Connecticut territory. Lifted down into the other end of the rink, and there'll be an icing call. And for this playoff game, we have 3 officials out there, and you can't say enough about the volunteer work of these officials. They're here every day in and day out. There's a stable of probably half a dozen, if not more, that work all these games, and we're talking about something like 46 regular games plus the playoffs, and that's a lot of work for these guys. But they obviously enjoy it, and they do a great job for these youngsters. From the draw, puck is controlled by 47, or 27 rather, Foley. He'll put it into the corner, it comes out in front, the puck is loose. And from the point, winding up and taking it. Drive was Charlie Matson. And again, Matson has not seen a whole lot of action in this tournament. He's out there for the first time. Comes to the side of the net. Anyway, it goes wide as Harmer skates off. And McLean will go back for it. Connecticut changing on the fly. There's a headman pass to Witkowski at center ice, and Witkowski will just shovel it into the corner. Pass cross ice, no one there to take it. And Connecticut will try to start things out again. Nice move by Bracco Donato. Donato Bracco, leading scorer for this Connecticut team, leading point getter anyway. Playing on defense on this shift. Connect to kick. Toronto net knocked aside, and it's kept in at the far point. In behind the Toronto net now. Out there after it is John McCullough. McCullough for Connecticut, taken down. And we're going to have another penalty. It'll be a tripping call. And I believe it's going to be McLean. It will be number 19, Harrison McLean, heading to the penalty box. .50 to go in the third period. McLean in the box. 3:17 to go in this third period. Connecticut looking to break this goose egg in behind the Toronto net. Number 91, Gugino. He loses it, and Toronto will just shoot it down into the Connecticut end. In the corner now beside the Toronto net. Lifted down back into the Connecticut end. Zoom around in front of the net, and Connecticut will try and start out. Good job of forechecking there by Riley Singh, and it's shot right back in. In the pocket end. At the blue line, Harmer. Knocked to the ice by Matson. Puck comes across the paint once again. Zikphone had to be quick on that one. There's McClink. Down to a minute 12 to go in the third period. Toronto continuing to press. Up to Whitehead for Connecticut. Over the blue line. Giugino gets it back and shoots it in. Master. The Connecticut Junior Rangers not quitting on this one at any moment. In fact, had a very good first period of play. But eventually, the Toronto pro hockey team just wore them down, and they will be moving on to the semifinal against the BC Junior Canucks. 18.7 seconds to go. Off the draw, McCullough gets it into the Toronto zone. And it'll come all the way back into the other end. There's a bouncing puck. Loose in front, they bang away at it. Finally goes in behind the net. And we're down to the final couple of seconds of this hockey game. And the Toronto Pro Hockey Development Squad on BC.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stick around for our restart. Our game, which was game number 43, and is our court. For Final A between Toronto Pro Hockey and the Connecticut Junior Rangers was sponsored by our platinum sponsor, the Brick Series. Cattleman, 100 in the air, 18 seasons, most recently with Nashville. In fact, he helped Nashville reach the Stanley Cup final this past spring for the first time in their franchise history. He scored 104 goals, has had 157 assists, for a total of 264 career points. He was born here. Right here in Edmonton, Alberta. Please make him feel welcome on the ice, Mr. Godzilla from the Big Junior Rangers, number 24, Donato Braco. Today's and today's first star from Toronto Pro Hockey, number 18, Carter Kostic. There you have it once again, ladies and gentlemen. Toronto Pro Hockey taking this one from the Connecticut Junior Rangers 6-0. They take the quarterfinal A, and they will move on to semifinal A this afternoon at 2:10. They will verse the BC Junior Canucks. Stick around for game number 2 this morning, which is our quarterfinal B. The Styles Conference second place finishers, the Detroit Junior Rankings, will take on the Winston Conference third place Minnesota, our team Minnesota. It seems to me that the Red Wing fans over there are a little bit thin. Where are y'all? They can't hear you. Your kids are standing right beside me, and they can't hear you. Number 10 and number 27 can't hear you at all. Number 87 and 88, number 40 have said they can't hear their parents either. And number 5 said you've all woken up on the wrong side of the bed and that's why they can't hear you. You're going to need to do a little better than that at 9 o'clock in the morning, kids over there. Yes, they're telling me that you guys need to get a little bit more pumped up at early morning hours like this. 12 and 79 are also telling me that you're a little bit low. In fact, the whole team is just saying that your energy levels are a little low, and how are they expected to do their job if you can't do your jobs? Huh? Someone just told me from a scale of 1 to 10, the parents are at a 1 right now. You're at a 1. Oh, you moved up to a 5. Where are my Minnesota fans? Your kids aren't up here yet, but I want to hear the Minnesota fans. Because Minnesota can be just as crazy as the Detroit Red Wing fans. I've seen them. You guys are amazing over there too. Don't think I haven't seen y'all. Here in Detroit. Your kids are way louder than you are. I'm sitting beside them. These 20 kids have more heart than all the parents out there bit smaller than they are, but I know you're louder than they are. Trust, making noise. We talked about what was important, so are we ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome out to the ice, the Detroit champion. This was saying all the words inside my head. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome up to the ice, Team Minnesota!
Good Saturday morning to everyone watching in the United States of America. Team Minnesota, the Detroit Red Wings. It's an all-American battle in the second quarterfinal of this Saturday morning, and it's going to be a great matchup. Detroit finishing second in their division with a record of 5-1. Team Minnesota finishing in third in their division with a 4-2 record. It's going to be an interesting battle because it will be a very good offensive team against a very good defensive team. Detroit coming into this one with a total of 25 goals and 27 assists for a total of 52 points. And at the other end of the scale, Team Minnesota scoring 15 goals and 21 assists for 36 points. But they've got a great defense. They've got a good goaltending duo as well. Should be an interesting matchup, and the winner will be taking on the Toronto Bulldogs in this afternoon's semifinal. We'll be back with this quarterfinal game right after these messages.
Welcome to our game. Quarterfinal B between the Detroit Junior Red Wings and Team Minnesota. Game number 44 of the Brick Invitational Hockey Tournament. If I could have my two teams take the respective blue lines, I'll point out that Team Minnesota is in green and the Detroit Junior Red Wings are in red. I can have all the friends, family, everybody that's surrounding the Emmis Palace this morning. Please rise. Remove your hats from your heads for the playing of the national anthems. I greatly appreciate that. In about 2 minutes' time. It should be an amazing game this morning. And what we call quarterfinal B. I do encourage noise, as you can hear. Minnesota, Team Minnesota, let me hear you, Team Minnesota. Let them know. Where's Team Minnesota? Where are you guys? I need to hear you. It's important that you cheer your kids on, have fun, make sure they hear you. I don't have to tell Detroit to do a lot of cheering, they do it all on their own.
Another great crowd on hand here at the Ice Palace at West Edmonton Mall in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Quarterfinal action in the 28th Annual Brick Invitational Super Novice Hockey Tournament, featuring in red the Detroit Junior Red Wings and in green a Team Minnesota. And right off the draw, the puck will go into Detroit territory. Bouncing around, it'll slide into the corner. Minnesota going in after it. Will be taken there by number 20, Brent Streetman for Detroit. And he gets it up ahead and carrying it in over the blue line. Number 87, Aiden Jans, shooting just wide of the far net. You got to watch this Aiden Jans. He is the leading scorer on this Detroit team with a total of 7 goals and 4 assists for 11 points. Great puck handler and a lot of speed. And we'll have our first icing call of the game. Puck will come back down to the Minnesota territory. Starting goaltenders for the Detroit Red Wings. It will be number 32, Joe Slavic. Slavic allowing a goals against average of 3.14 rather. And a save percentage of .899. For Team Minnesota at the other end, Landon Palmgren. Here's Potter with a chance for Minnesota. A save on the short side. And back will come Detroit now the other way. In over the blue line, number 44 is William Horkoff, son of Sean Horkoff. Well known to all Edmonton hockey fans here at the Ice Palace at West Edmonton Mall, of course. One of the most popular players to ever play for the Oilers, in fact. Ingebrigtsen keeping it in for Minnesota. Now it's stopped at the blue line and shot down to the other end. Ingebrigtsen will take it from there. He gets it up ahead to Peterson. Peterson 3-on-2 has Ament with him. Ament taken down from behind, and it's covered up by the Detroit netminder, Slavic. And we'll have a face-off in the Detroit end. Landon Palmgren, the starting goaltender for Minnesota, coming to this one with a .966 save percentage and a goals against average of .75. Ferris can't keep it in at the blue line for Minnesota. Now he gets it up ahead, and it's shot into the Detroit end. Getzel loses it, and back will come Detroit. On the far side, Strobel puts it across the goal mouth. Now it goes in behind. And Minnesota coming out quickly. Jensen with it. Jensen has Spearhauer with him. Spearhauer cuts to the middle. There's the shot. Save at the side of the net. Battling along the boards. Now the puck is kept in at the blue line. Getzel for Minnesota against Pace. Pace gets it out, but Mulherrin is able to shoot it back into the corner for Minnesota.